Welcome back. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of UK coin collecting, focusing on one of Britain's most iconic small change pieces, the 5 new pence coin. But we're not just talking about any 5p, we're counting down the top 4 most valuable United Kingdom 5 new pence coins. From rare mint marks to unique years and special conditions, some of these tiny coins can fetch surprising prices in the collector's market. Whether in uncirculated mint state, lightly circulated, or even in an unusual error strike, each coin on our list has its own story, rarity, and reason for being sought after. Let's get started. First up, the United Kingdom 5 new pence from 1975 in very fine condition. This coin may seem ordinary to the untrained eye, but for collectors, it's a piece filled with history, artistry, and market potential in today's auction scene. The 5 new pence coin was first introduced in 1968 as part of the UK's transition from the old pre-decimal currency system to the modern decimal system. The 1975 issue belongs to the early years of this decimal era, carrying forward the designs and traditions established in the late 1960s. It was minted during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II and reflects the Royal Mint's craftsmanship at a time when coinage design was undergoing modernization. In 1975, the United Kingdom was still adjusting to decimal currency, and the 5 new pence served as an important link between the old shilling and the new decimal system, equivalent to 1/20th of a pound. What makes the 1975 5 new pence so distinct are its unique features. Struck in cupro nickel, the coin weighs 5.65 grams, has a diameter of 23.59 millimeters, and bears a milled edge. On the obverse, you'll find the second definitive portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by Arnold Machin, featuring the Queen wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, a design used on coins from 1968 to 1984. The reverse showcases Christopher Ironside's crown thistle design, a proud emblem of Scotland, set against a clean background with the denomination new pence above. This combination of regal portraiture and national symbolism makes it a well-loved design among British coin collectors. When it comes to rarity, the 1975 5 new pence in very fine condition is not considered the rarest decimal coin, but finding one that has survived decades without heavy wear is increasingly challenging. In circulated or damaged condition, these coins are quite common, but a coin graded as very fine retains much of its original detail, with light, even wear and clear definition of the Queen's hair, the tiara, and the thistle design. Coins in damaged condition, those with deep scratches, corrosion, or heavy wear, generally have little to no premium value. However, because many 1975 coins have been in circulation for decades, demand for better preserved examples has risen steadily, especially among collectors seeking to complete early decimal era sets. In today's auction market, the value of a 1975 5 new pence in very fine condition can vary depending on collector interest, coin grading, and market trends. Typically, such a coin might fetch anywhere between $123,000 in a private sale or online auction. While this may seem modest, coins in higher grades, extremely fine or uncirculated, can command significantly higher prices, sometimes reaching $10 or more, especially if they have a brilliant uncirculated finish or come from original mint sets. Rare error strikes from this year, such as misaligned dies or off-center minting, can also bring in considerably higher bids from specialized collectors. For collectors looking to add a 1975 5 new pence to their collection, there are several tips to keep in mind. Always look for coins with minimal wear, strong detail, and original luster. Avoid coins with cleaning marks, as cleaning can reduce a coin's value significantly. If possible, store coins in protective holders to prevent environmental damage, and consider getting higher grade examples certified by a reputable grading service. Finally, keep an eye on market trends, as the value of early decimal coins has been rising as more collectors recognize their historical importance. The 1975 United Kingdom 5 new pence in very fine condition is a wonderful piece of numismatic history. While it may not be the most expensive coin in the market, its charm lies in its place in the decimal transition, its elegant design, and its growing appeal among collectors. For those who appreciate the artistry and historical context of British coinage, this coin is more than just small change. It's a piece of the past that continues to hold value in the present and promises potential for the future. Next up, the United Kingdom 5 new pence from 1970 in circulation condition. While this coin may appear modest at first glance, its story, design, and place in numismatic history make it an exciting find for enthusiasts and collectors alike. Let's take a closer look at what makes this coin so special and why it continues to attract attention in today's auction market. The United Kingdom 5 new pence coin from 1970 holds a significant place in British monetary history. It emerged during a time of great change in the nation's currency system, as the UK was transitioning from the centuries-old pre-decimal system to the decimal system we know today. The 5 new pence coin was introduced in 1968, but the 1970 dated issue stands out because it was produced at the very end of the pre-decimal era, before the official switch to decimal currency in 1971. This coin was intended to replace the older 1 shilling piece, and at the time, both coins held the same value. By 1970, the UK was preparing for full decimalisation, and coins like this represent the last moments of an old system merging with a new point. One of the most captivating aspects of the 1975 new pence is its design. On the obverse side, it features the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, sculpted by Arnold Machin, which became one of the most widely used royal portraits in modern coinage. The Queen is shown wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, an elegant and timeless image that was instantly recognisable to the public. On the reverse, the design by Christopher Ironside proudly displays the crown thistle, a national emblem of Scotland, set within a circular frame and surmounted by the royal crown. This combination of beauty and symbolism makes the coin not just a monetary object, but also a small piece of national pride captured in metal. When it comes to rarity, the 1975 new pence in circulation condition is not considered extremely rare in absolute terms, as millions were produced for public use. However, the story changes when we consider collector demand for coins from this transitional era. Coins that have survived in better-than-average condition, even after decades in circulation, are becoming harder to find. Many examples were heavily worn, damaged, or lost over time, meaning that attractive, well-preserved circulation pieces are far less common today. Even coins with noticeable wear can draw interest because they are a tangible link to a pivotal moment in British currency history. In the current auction market, the 1975 new pence in circulation condition generally commands modest but consistent value. On average, well-worn examples might sell for around $434,000, primarily to collectors filling gaps in their decimalisation era sets. However, coins with light wear, attractive toning, or fewer contact marks can bring in $15, especially if sold to a dedicated collector or through an auction that emphasizes historical context. While these prices are not astronomical, the coin's appeal lies in its historical importance and the fact that it's a sought-after type for completing specific UK coin collections. The value can be even higher if the coin is part of a complete run of 5 new pence coins from the early decimal years. For collectors interested in adding the 1975 new pence to their collection, there are several tips to keep in mind. First, always pay attention to the coin's overall condition. Even small improvements in detail and preservation can make a noticeable difference in value. Second, try to source coins from reputable dealers or auctions to ensure authenticity. Third, consider building a thematic collection around the decimalisation period, as this can make each coin more meaningful and potentially more valuable as part of a set. Lastly, store your coins properly in protective holders to prevent further wear or corrosion, which can quickly diminish both visual appeal and market worth. The United Kingdom 5 new pence from 1970 in circulation condition is more than just an everyday coin from half a century ago. It's a symbol of a major shift in British currency, a work of miniature art, and a piece of history that still resonates with collectors today. While it may not make you rich overnight, its value in the numismatic world is tied to the story it tells, a story of change, tradition, and national identity. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting your journey, this coin is a worthy addition that bridges the gap between past and present in British coinage. Next up, the United Kingdom 5 new pence coin from 1980. This small yet historically significant coin is a wonderful example of British currency during the transition period of decimalisation, and even in circulation condition, it has a story to tell for collectors and enthusiasts. We will explore its history, design, rarity, market value in dollars, and the factors that make it desirable, even when it's far from mint perfection. The 5 new pence coin was first introduced in 1968, 2 years before the official decimalisation of the British currency system in 1971. By 1980, The coin had become a well-established part of everyday life in the UK, replacing the older 1 shilling coin in value and function. This era still used the larger version of the 5 new pence, with a diameter of 23.59mm, before the Royal Mint downsized the coin in 1990 to make it lighter and more convenient. The 1980 issue represents the later years of this original large-size design, making it a nostalgic piece of British numismatic history. The obverse of the 1985 new pence coin features the elegant and highly detailed portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machin. This effigy, used on British coins from 1968 until 1984, is instantly recognisable for the Queen's youthful profile wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara. The reverse displays the badge of Scotland, a crowned thistle, a proud emblem representing the unity of the United Kingdom. The design, created by Christopher Ironside, is both simple and symbolic, reflecting the pride of the nation in its heritage. The coin's composition is cupro-nickel, consisting of 75% copper and 25% nickel, giving it a bright silver-like appearance when new, although circulation over decades often leaves it with a duller tone and signs of wear. When it comes to rarity, the 1985 new pence in circulation condition is not considered extremely rare in the sense of low mintage millions were produced for everyday use. However, its appeal lies in its position as part of the pre-1990 large-size 5 pence series, which has become increasingly sought after as a complete collectible set. Many of these coins were heavily used, damaged, or lost over time, and pristine uncirculated examples are already commanding premium prices. Even coins with scratches, dents, or discoloration, often overlooked, still attract buyers who need them to fill gaps in their collections or appreciate them for their nostalgic value. In terms of market value in the United States, a circulated 1985 new pence generally sells for between $532,000 depending on condition. While that may seem modest, coins in better grades or with historical appeal can fetch higher prices, especially in online auctions where competitive bidding occurs. Some sales have seen circulated examples go for around $20 when paired with other coins in a lot, and high-grade uncirculated pieces have reached $10 or more in specialist numismatic sales. For collectors, the best approach to acquiring a 1985 new pence in circulation condition is to inspect the coin carefully for excessive wear or damage, while still appreciating that small imperfections are common for its age. It's also important to store these coins properly to prevent further deterioration. Using coin flips, holders, or albums is recommended. Collectors should also consider building a full date run of the large-size 5 pence series from 1968 to 1989, which significantly boosts the appeal and overall value of the set. Hunting through old UK change collections, online marketplaces, or attending local coin fairs can be rewarding ways to find this coin at reasonable prices. In conclusion, the 1980 United Kingdom 5 new pence coin may not be a headline-making rarity, but it holds a strong place in the hearts of collectors who value its history, design, and connection to a changing era of British currency. Even in circulation condition, it offers a tangible link to the everyday life of Britain over 4 decades ago. For those who cherish numismatic history, this coin is not just a small piece of metal, it's a piece of the past worth preserving. Whether you're starting your collection or adding the finishing touches to a series, the 1985 new pence remains a coin that quietly commands respect and continues to have a place in the collector's market today. Next up, the United Kingdom 5 new pence from 1979, specifically in circulated fine condition. While this coin might appear quite ordinary at first glance, it holds a unique place in British numismatic history, and for dedicated collectors, even coins in worn or damaged states can carry intriguing value at auction. So, let's explore its background, features, rarity, and how much it might fetch in today's dollar market. The 1979 5 new pence coin is part of the pre-decimal transition legacy of the United Kingdom's currency system. Although millions were produced for everyday use, coins from this era are now becoming increasingly interesting to collectors. This is due to a combination of historical significance, specific design details, and the fact that high-grade examples are disappearing from circulation. For those who appreciate British coinage, even a fine-condition 1979 5 new pence can spark interest because it marks a period of stability before major design changes came into play in the 1990s. The 5 new pence was first introduced in 1968, 2 years before decimalisation officially replaced the old British currency system in 1971. It was created to replace the old 1 shilling coin, maintaining the same size and value but with a modernised design. By 1979, the coin was part of everyday commerce in Britain. It was struck in cupronickel, a durable alloy composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel, giving it a silvery finish that resisted corrosion even under heavy circulation. The 1979 issue came during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, featuring the iconic second portrait by Arnold Machin, which had been used since decimalisation began. This portrait is instantly recognisable to collectors worldwide and represents an era of British coinage that bridged tradition and modernisation. On the obverse side, the coin bears the crowned profile of Queen Elizabeth II facing right, with a Latin inscription Elizabeth II DG Reg. FD 1979, which translates to Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. This portrait is known for its simple elegance and sharp detail, even on coins that have seen heavy use. On the reverse, designed by Christopher Ironside, is a crowned thistle, Scotland's national emblem symbolising unity within the United Kingdom. Above the design is the denomination new pence, which would remain on the coin until 1981, after which it was replaced by 5 pence. The use of new pence is one of the features that makes earlier issues, like the 1979 version, more distinctive to collectors. While the 1979 5 new pence was minted in large quantities, finding examples that still retain decent detail, even in fine condition, is becoming less common. Many have been lost, withdrawn, or melted down after the coin size was reduced in 1990, when the smaller 5 pence coins replaced the older larger style. For collectors, the rarity lies less in the mintage numbers and more in survival rates of quality examples. Even damaged or heavily circulated coins can attract bids from collectors looking to complete date runs or from overseas buyers who value the historical connection to the UK's decimalisation period. Interestingly, in the auction market, some worn coins are still sold because they fill gaps for budget-conscious collectors who can't yet afford uncirculated versions. In the current collector's market, a 1979 5 new pence in circulated fine condition is typically valued modestly, but its price can vary depending on buyer interest and auction dynamics. On average, such a coin might fetch between $734,000 at smaller auctions or online marketplaces. However, if the coin has unique toning, a historical provenance, or forms part of a sought-after lot, it might achieve a slightly higher figure, sometimes reaching $614,000. While these amounts may not seem extraordinary, the real attraction for many collectors is owning a piece of British monetary history, and that historical value can outweigh the modest financial return. If you're interested in adding a 1979 5 new pence to your collection, focus on coins with the clearest possible detail on both the Queen's portrait and the thistle design. Avoid coins with deep scratches, bends, or corrosion if possible, as these flaws significantly lower value. That said, if you're building a complete year set, even a damaged example can serve as a placeholder until a better specimen is found. It's also a good idea to store these coins in acid-free coin flips or albums to prevent further wear. Keep an eye on bulk lots at online auctions. Sometimes you can acquire multiple 1970s 5 new pence coins for a low price and select the best examples for your collection. The United Kingdom's 1979 5 new pence coin in circulated fine condition may not be a high-value rarity, but it is undeniably a charming and historically significant piece of British coinage. It marks a time when the decimal system was still relatively new, and its new pence inscription preserves a detail that was soon to vanish from designs. For collectors, it's an affordable entry point into the world of UK coins, a link to the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, and a tangible reminder of Britain's numismatic journey. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, this coin offers history you can hold in your hand sometimes. That's worth more than the market price. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a valuable update. Thank you for watching, and may your coin collection continue to grow in history, beauty, and value.